Hi everyone. So today we're going to be working on chapter 7, problem number 33, which is on page 20. So for this problem, it's asking us to solve the integral from -1 to 1 of dx over x. So if we look at the graph, we can see that there's a vertical asymptote at x equals 0. So in order to solve this problem, we're going to need to split up the integral into two areas. And as you can see on the graph, I labeled this as A and B. So to write it out, you would have region A is the integral from -1 to 0, and region B is the integral from 0 to 1. And also, in order to solve this problem, we're going to need to set up an improper integral. So we'll start with region B first. So you want to write the limit as b approaches 0 from the left of the integral from -1 to b of dx over x. So when we solve this integral, we get the limit as b approaches 0 from the left of the natural log of the absolute value of x from -1 to b. So I'm just going to rewrite this as the limit as b approaches 0 from the left of the natural log of the absolute value of b minus the natural log of -1. So the natural log of the absolute value of -1 is 0 because the absolute value of -1 is just 1. So the natural log of that is going to be 0. So we're just left with limit as b approaches 0 from the left of the natural log of the absolute value of b. So we're going to go ahead and graph this. So if we look on the graph, we're looking at when b is approaching 0 from the left. So if we see this on the graph, we can see that it's approaching -infinity. So now we're going to work on region A of this integral. So we have the limit as a approaches 0 from the right of the integral from a to 1 of dx over x. So we're going to solve for this integral again, and we get the limit as a approaches 0 from the right, the natural log of the absolute value of x from a to 1. So again, let's rewrite this. So it's the limit as a approaches 0 from the right of the natural log of 1 minus the natural log of a. And again, the natural log of 1 is just 0. So we're just left with the negative natural log of the absolute value of a. So again, we're going to graph this one. So since it's the negative natural log, we're going to flip the graph over the x-axis. So as we're looking, so a is approaching 0 from the right, and if we see this, we can see that it's approaching infinity. So it's just going to equal positive infinity. So now we have the areas of these two regions, and since we split it up into two regions, we're going to be adding them together. So we're just left with -infinity plus infinity, which is indeterminate, and that's your answer. So a little bit about me. I'm going to be attending UConn next year. I played volleyball and I did track and field in high school. And those are some pictures of me and my siblings because Mr. Hall wanted me to include them. And then these are the pictures of my pets on the very right. So from top to bottom, that's my dog Mojo, and then my dog Moose, and my cat Milo.